Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I'm Crypto Kip, and today I am happy to say I'm with my partner again, Blacksea. Blacksea, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to see everybody.
Good to see the chat rolling, guys. We got a lot to talk about today. I know a lot of you out there, especially the loaded lions, others that have bought some of the Crypto.com land in the aftermarket, are getting active on Twitter, guys. Another chaotic situation for the Crypto.com NFT team. Man, we love CROcoin, we love Crypto.com, but the trouble that's been happening with this NFT platform, we got to talk about it, guys. I'm still bullish. I'm very bullish on CRO. I'm very bullish even on the loaded lions and the land still, believe it or not. I'll talk about why. I'll talk about everything that kind of I've seen in this market, but hey, you know what? We got a couple things that we do need to address with the Crypto.com NFT at the same time. I know that Blacksea's got a couple thoughts on that, so let's get into it. Let's get into the charts. Let's get into some of the stories. Before we do, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're doing 4 videos every single day for you, and when we hit 10,000 subscribers on the channel, we're going to give away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin to 1 lucky subscriber. So make sure you don't miss out on that, guys. But let's take a peek here. Let's just see what's going on in the charts and what's happening in the world of crypto. Right now, we got an $811 billion market cap. We're trading sideways, which is good to see. I mean, the FUD, like we know, has been out of control. Right now, you see Sam Bankman-Fried, who we're going to talk about in a second, by the way. We're going to give you an update. Getting bail actually being brought back to the United States from the Bahamas. Got a couple thoughts on why that might be here. We'll share. But with all this news going on, and Caroline Ellison actually pleading guilty, look, all this is coming to an end, which I think is good for crypto. We need this to come to a resolve. We're going to get some more facts probably in court. Hopefully those don't cause any more black swan type events. But there is regulation coming in the pipeline. So, hey, we're going sideways right now, which we like to see. $16,800. Little down over the last 7 days, but all things considered, we have not broken to a new low, which is good to see. I would not want us to go there, but hey, if we do, it would be a good DCing opportunity. Ethereum at $1,200 right now. Binance just below $250, right about the same. Really holding strong with all the extreme FUD that they've been getting as well. Dogecoin taking a huge hit over the last 10 days. Now, Blacksea, what, Twitter, Elon Musk, Dogecoin, is Dogecoin done if Elon steps down as CEO? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think that in reality, if Elon Musk doesn't talk about Dogecoin, I mean, you guys might not like to hear this, but I think Dogecoin will be in trouble if Elon Musk stops talking about it. I mean, Dogecoin has gotten so much hype because of Elon Musk. And first off, I'll say that I don't think Elon Musk is going to step down from Twitter, but I will say that Dogecoin definitely relies on Elon Musk and leans into him pretty heavily when it comes to their price action.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a lot of these pumps, and I bet you that was an Elon Musk tweet. I bet you that was an Elon Musk tweet. You can almost say that any pump in Doge is because Elon Musk tweeted. I mean, this rise was arguably because of Elon Musk loving Dogecoin, saying that the most ridiculous outcome is or the most funny outcome would possibly be the most likely in a way, and it's hilarious. So he loves to kind of troll people, but he's very serious about it. And I'll say this, and I do disagree with you actually, Blacksea, in that you're thinking he might not step down. I think he will step down, at least from the CEO. But the fact of the matter is he's still got a Twitter account and he still owns Twitter. So I mean, even if he steps down, right? It's not like he can't still tweet and he doesn't still own the platform, and he can't still tell the new CEO who he puts in place hey, we're going to settle it. We're going to build a wallet, and we're going to insert cryptocurrencies into it. And Dogecoin is going to be the featured coin for this wallet. Go make it happen, Mr. New CEO. Anything could happen. But I do agree with you, though. If he stops talking about Dogecoin and he doesn't do anything with Dogecoin, then I think it will lose at least some of the crazy gains that it's had in the past. I think it's still going to be bullish, right? But not as bullish as if Elon Musk was around, and maybe it wouldn't be one of the top performing coins in the next market unless Elon was talking about it. It's so crazy to think that a multi-millionaire, a billionaire can just tweet and decide that, hey, this is going to be a coin that everybody needs to talk about, and it's going to be.
I mean, I think that he is basically the face of Dogecoin at this point. And so, and if he were to step down, I totally agree with you. It doesn't mean that he's not going to tweet anymore or anything like that. But I just think there's a little bit more weight to I think it's a psychological thing, really. But I think that there's more weight to his tweets when he is like, "Yes, I'm the CEO of Twitter, and whatever I say goes." Even though if he says and then mentions Dogecoin when he's the CEO, and then it's a little bit different when he's not the CEO, but he still owns the company, but he's from the behind the scenes. I think it's a psychological thing, really. But yeah, that's what I have to really say about that.
No, yeah, I mean, it's the psychological effect. I think it's a little bit bigger with him as CEO, but I think he's still pulling the strings. I mean, we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe it was just a bot test. Let me know in the chat. Do you guys think that Elon Musk put out that poll on Twitter saying, should I step down as CEO, because he literally was going to do what the community said, like he said he would? Or do you think he was just trying to troll for bots and he's going to distinguish all the bots? So let us know that one in the chat. Maybe that one's just a conspiracy. I don't know. Looking at some of the other projects, obviously CRONOS we love. CRONOS at 5.5 cents, just not really able to break above 6 cents right now. But hey, that's the story right now. Crypto's trading sideways. And we got a lot to see here with the Sam Bankman-Fried case. Shout out to a couple brothers in the chat. Slay Maven officially upgraded from member to moderator. Good to have you as a mod, man. Appreciate you. You've been around for a long time. Kid Pro Crow, shout out to you as well. Great work there. I saw you on Twitter. We were talking a little bit. Happy to have you as a member, my brother. Looking to add more mods, especially as the community grows here at the Crypto Report. So we'll see. We'll see, guys. But very exciting stuff. Mr. Planet Profit, how do we get a mod? All you got to do is be present, my brother. We love to have anybody. It's a team player helping us out, as we are going to do these live streams every Tuesday and Thursday at 5:30 Central Standard Time. But let's talk about some of the stories. Guys, if you guys haven't done so, by the way, smash up a like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, 4 videos every day. We're giving away $1,000 when we hit 10K subs on the channel. So one of the big stories that I did see, though, today that I wanted to share with you and talk a little bit about with you, Blacksea, is the SEC heightening scrutiny of auditors' crypto work. Okay, so here's what my thoughts were on this one. Now, everybody in the community, everybody on Twitter, we saw that these big auditors, Mazars Group, came out and they canned Binance as a client. Not only Binance, Crypto.com, KuCoin, other exchanges as well. And then Binance's CEO, CZ, had to go on CNBC and say, talk a little bit about this. And the CNBC folks were asking him, well, why don't you just get audited by the Big Four? Well, after Mazars Group dropped him, he tried to get audited by the Big Four, but they rejected him. And the Big Four auditing firms, KPMG, some of the other big ones, Deloitte, who Deloitte actually did the audit for Coinbase, those guys didn't want to audit Binance, and they didn't want to audit Crypto.com, and they refused to do it. Why? Well, I think this says it all. The SEC is heightening the scrutiny of auditors' crypto work. So if you're Deloitte, if you are a big you're a big auditor like KPMG, are you guys really going to take on the risk of getting your work scrutinized in a huge public spotlight where the SEC has been avidly attacking cryptocurrency? When you think about it, these auditors that want to take on any of these crypto exchanges, if the SEC is saying they're heightening their scrutiny and they're going to be digging in, which is exactly what they're saying in some of these quotes here in this article, you wouldn't want to be one of these auditors that's basically guaranteed to get attacked by the SEC. But isn't that a little bit troublesome that the SEC is basically threatening auditors of who they choose as a client by trying to instill fear of, we want to impose laws on these crypto exchanges, and so we're going to scare the auditors so they don't support these exchanges? Blacksea, I mean, what are your thoughts?
Well, if you're not a part of the club, you're just not a part of the club. That's what I really think when I see that. I mean, It's just the auditors. The auditors probably really want to do the job and say, yeah, you know what, we'll audit you guys, but there's people behind the curtains saying, well, we're not really doing business with those guys, so maybe it's better off if you don't do that, because if you do that, well, you might not get any of our money anymore.
It's a game, and it's if you're not part of the club, you're not part of the club, and crypto's still not part of the club. Now, we talked a little bit about how Binance just joined a lobbying firm. I thought maybe that would cut some of the FUD out, but still a little bit of trickle here. I mean, SEC is on the attack, guys, and SEC is certainly a part of the club, for now, at least. So, Gary Gensler, Sam Bankman-Fried, guys, they were meeting for 6 months prior to the collapse of SBF. You are talking about the head of one of the most renowned parts of the government, one of the most renowned regulation bodies in the entire world, the Securities and Exchange Commission, guys, being run by Gary Gensler, a man who is meeting for many, many occasions with Sam Bankman-Fried, the biggest fraudster in the history of the world at this point, bigger than some of the other guys that we've seen. Guys, this is out of control. This is crazy. So very interesting that the SEC is still attacking here. But some of the quotes I wanted to show you guys. Paul Munter, the SEC's acting chief accountant, is saying, "We're warning investors to be very wary of some of the claims that are being made by crypto companies." Okay. Another quote here is, "We are increasing our understanding of what's going on in the marketplace. If we find fact patterns that we think are troublesome, we will consider a referral to the Division of Enforcement." Another thing, they're attacking here Binance's audited proof of reserves, and basically saying that Mazars Group didn't express an opinion, meaning it wasn't vouching for the numbers. So they're trying to, again, undercut the work of Mazars Group. They're trying to undercut the work of any auditing firm that wants to come in and audit these cryptos. And that's just same old, same old. Now, Kid Pro Crow, you asked a great question in the chat. But what if there are no auditors that are willing to audit? Then what? It's a great question. And I think it doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, even if an auditor audits it, isn't the SEC saying they're going to scrutinize it and try to discredit it at every chance they get at this point? I mean, that's what I'm reading here. But you saw Mazars Group audited Binance, and what do we get? We get, oh, well, it wasn't an official audit, and oh, you can't count on that audit. It's not a true... There's a quote in here, and I was struggling to find it, but the quote in here that I saw that I really steamed me up was, "You cannot take an audit from an auditing firm as a good measurement to understand these crypto exchanges, assets to liabilities," which is ridiculous. And they don't go into detail of what you need to measure to understand the assets to liabilities. At the end of the day, when it comes to crypto, we want to have freedom of what exchanges we choose to invest in. If they show me proof of reserves and I did research on that and I like their proof of reserves, then that's good enough for me. Right now, Crypto.com still has a live model where you can go check the proof of reserves of your assets. Unfortunately, Binance's was taken down, but I believe Crypto.com and KuCoins are still in place. But, what are your Blacksea? No auditors, then what?
Well, then they get what they want. They get to spread some FUD. Yeah. That's what it's about. That's what it's really all about, in my opinion. I mean, they just want to put these exchanges that aren't a part of the club into a very precarious situation where they have their back up against the wall, and they're just the people in the club are opening the doors and going, "Hey guys, look at them. They're not getting audited. Why aren't they getting audited?" And the exchanges are saying, "Guys, we're trying to get audited, but nobody will audit us." And then they say, "See, guys, look, FUD, look, FUD, look, FUD."
Right. It's so sad. I mean, here's another quote from Binance. "Ultimately, our users want to know that their funds are secure and that our business is financially strong," Binance said in a statement. "We embrace additional transparency, and we're looking into how to best provide this in the coming months." No auditors are there, and they can't really provide it in any other way by reporting it themselves. But if Binance reports it themselves, then the auditors, the SEC pressuring the auditors away from backing Binance and unauditing them, they win because now they don't have anybody, a third party, an outside party, to approve them that the media won't attack. Like, you could have some small-time auditing firm that I'm sure would just go for it. But if it's not the big four, I mean, even when they have Mazars Group, CNBC was attacking, well, it's not the big four. Coinbase got the big four. Why can't you get the big four? Guys, Coinbase paid the price. They're a publicly traded company in the U.S. They bought into the system. I mean, Blacksea, am I crazy, or is there something to that?
No, they paid their dues. That's what it's about. They paid their dues, and honestly, they took the brunt of a lot of a lot of damage. I mean, look at this. Look at their stock. It's down an absurd amount right now because they had to go through all these hoops to be a part of the club, and they still were getting fudded out too, which was really interesting to me.
Yep. No, I mean, it's just crazy. I'm excited to see that the lobbying move was made by Binance. I mean, there's got to be something more to that. Unfortunately, Binance has got to figure out a way to pay their price. They're not an American company. Wondering if they can go public. I'm sure in some capacity they can figure it out, maybe by an acquisition or something. But, they could probably go public here. So maybe that's something we're going to see coming. But at the same time, their token might pose a problem for them. If you've noticed, Coinbase, they don't have a token. There's no Coinbase coin, right? Binance and crypto.com do. And I think that right there prevents them from being able to go public. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. We'll keep you guys up to date with everything that we see on this, but this is something that I want to share with you guys. But in the meantime, we're rating the whole industry at high risk, says the man in the white wig, the part of the 1%, an executive officer at an accounting firm. Blah, not a crypto native. All these haters. Gosh, man, 10 years from now, what do you think? We'll be laughing or crying?
I don't know. I think just reading that, all I could think about is how there's inkling of the words of we should really consider banning all cryptocurrency. It's all a game. They're just playing chess.
It's a game. It's a game. Speaking of games, guys, I see people are starting to chat a little bit in the chat about the reroll. We're going to talk a little bit about the reroll. We're going to talk about the land deeds. We do believe that there's a chance that in this stream right now, that while we're live, and please in the chat, if it comes up, the deeds are revealed, let me know because I'll show you guys and we'll go through it together. I will discover the rest of my deeds in front of you guys and you'll get my reaction on what I ended up drawing on the reroll. And I'll give you my thoughts then maybe, but I'll give you my thoughts before then. I do have a couple thoughts, but I want to get to a couple more stories and we'll talk about it all. I know Blacksea's got a couple thoughts on that one as well. We've been talking about it all day. So another tweet I saw by CZ and Binance. I usually like to pull at least one tweet from Binance for one of these streams because he usually tweets something interesting each day. And this was very, very cool to see. So new law sets guidelines for how crypto exchanges operate in Brazil. This is a major step towards strengthening the crypto ecosystem. Another great move that brings more credibility to this industry, improves user protection, and targets mainstream adoption. Which is exactly what we want. So leaders in Brazil, lawmakers in Brazil are getting it done faster than the US. What do you think about that, Blacksea?
CZ, whether you love him or hate him, he definitely brings some great alpha to the ecosystem. He definitely he's onto something with that. It is a great step. There's mainstream adoption happening step by step. And, honestly, I think with all the FUD that's going on, we're like peak bear market right now. Yep. With all the FUD that's going on, I think that the people that are trying to FUD crypto so much are realizing how fast this mainstream adoption is going to come and how it's really inevitable. Yep.
No, I mean, it's inevitable. It's coming. And here's what I see. I mean, I look at this and I see Brazil. Okay, Brazil is... The United States is one of the biggest economies in the world. Brazil, great country, great country. Brazil's getting their laws done quicker than the United States of America. Why? Less bureaucracy, less greed potentially, also less money lining their pockets potentially. Maybe, we've got clearly something going on with our Securities and Exchange Commission. There's a battle right now in the U.S. Everybody the CFTC, the SEC, they're trying to figure out who's going to regulate it, who gets permission to regulate it. Meanwhile, Brazil's just getting it done. So it's good to see, and it's really good to see, and this is bullish, guys, because, this is move towards mainstream adoption. Blacksea, you're exactly right. And, you look at this, and if CZ is excited about this, he's excited about regulation. Now, a lot of people out in the crypto community, they're scared about regulation. They're fearful for what the government's going to do. What they're going to do, they're going to come in and are they going to crush crypto? Are they going to overregulate it? Is it going to kill crypto? Well, that's not how it has to go down. Brazil has done it right. You can see that they've done it right. Why? Because the CEO of one of the most attacked exchanges right now, who's on defense, is supporting this move. So this is good to see, and this should give you hope, though, for the US of A too. I mean, I think that governments are smart enough to not ban this huge new financial market that's coming into the picture. Cryptocurrency is the future. It's here to stay. This is inevitable. Going to be interesting to see how some of the regulation comes out. And I want to share this with you guys because, look, I mean, this story is the opposite of that. The SEC is still trying to tighten the grips, tighten in the reins. Meanwhile, Brazil is getting with the program, and I think it's only a matter of time before the United States of America kind of gets on board this train and figures it out. Okay, so another thing that I did want to look at, guys, I wanted to share this with you. Right now, Caroline Ellison, the former Alameda chief, and Gary Wang, the FTX co-founder, each pleaded guilty to multiple charges and are cooperating with the Fed. So, guys, I saw somewhere, and let me know if you saw something differently, but I did see that they are going to get to 3 to 5 years, and that is a very, very pleasant sentence, really, when you think about the size of this fraud that they committed here. 3 to 5 years is nothing.
I would like to also say something about that.
Please.
3 to 5 years. That's what people are assuming, right? But you know that there's like prison programs that for every good day that you don't start any problems or have any consequences in prison, you get a day off. So we're not talking about 3 to 5 years. We're really talking about like 1.5 to 2.5 years.
Yep. Yeah, and I'd like to see them get more, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd really like to see them get more, but and I'm not sure. I can't really get quoted on the 3 to 5 years because maybe they were speculating that with good behavior, it was 3 to 5. I don't really know for a fact. I'd be curious if somebody did in the chat. But what I am seeing is that they're at least pleading guilty. And with that, you know, what does that mean? They're squealing. They're spilling the beans on everything Sam Bankman-Fried, and possibly going to speak out now, even against Sam Bankman-Fried's parents, which a lot of people have been speculating might have been involved in Sam Bankman-Fried's chaotic situation that he was in charge of, that he was managing, that he lost control of, possibly intentionally, possibly with guidance from his parents. I mean, you think there's more to that? Do you think that the parents are going to come forward and plead guilty against their son to avoid prison time if that's the case?
I think there's no shot that happens. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that there's either one or two things that are going to happen here. Either SBF and this whole craziness that's happening is going to happen in a snap of a finger and he's going to go to prison.
Yeah.
Or it's going to take years and years and years of drawn out trial and we'll never see the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to take a while. You know, you look at some of these big cases and they do end up taking a while. Some of the bigger ones lately, I'm not going to talk about specific cases, but they have gone a little fast. I mean, I guess the Johnny Depp one took a while and it went to multiple courts too. So, you know, that one, totally different case, but, you know, even that, domestic case, obviously two big public figures, that got dragged on. This very well could get dragged on if somebody doesn't get the charges or the final result that they want, whether it's the government or whether it's Sam Bankman-Fried and his attorneys, whether it's the defense or the prosecution. You know, they could escalate to the next court. This could go all the way up to the Supreme Court. You never know. So it's going to be very interesting to see. But one thing I did see today is that it is official that a federal judge here in the U.S. did release Sam Bankman-Fried on $250 million bail, which whether he's got to pay the whole portion of this or a percentage, this is easy for Sam Bankman-Fried to get a hold of. So he's going to be out on bail, no problem. And
I do have to say something about that as well. You know, just recently, Sam Bankman-Fried was on a Twitter Spaces before he fully got arrested, and he said that he only had $100,000 left. Huh. Just a small little tidbit of information.
Yeah, but Blacksea, mommy and daddy. Look, mommy and daddy came to the rescue, you know? But that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe they're trying to get their narrative together. I mean, maybe they're not going to come out and plead guilty against him. But hey, if they don't plead guilty and then pin it on their son, then you know that they're in trouble too. So how much do they love their son? You know, are they going to go to jail for him? Or are they going to try to get away with this with him and put all their money to work? Like, this could be a huge battle.
I'm getting fired up now because, you know, it's funny because you say, oh, it's his parents' money. But in reality, it has been proven that FTX was paying his parents and giving his parents money. So in reality, you know who's bailing SBF out? The stolen user funds.
Yep, you and me. We're bailing Sam Bankman-Fried out again. It's unbelievable. You know, that's a great point. It's been proven that he's bought mansions for them. Now, let's also think about, like, they're rich. Like, his parents are rich. Look, Sam Bankman-Fried isn't just some bum that walked off the streets and just became the head of one of the world's largest crypto exchanges overnight. He got there because mommy and daddy had connections in the first place. He got there because maybe his girlfriend and her father were good friends with his parents, and maybe they got together, and then this whole thing kind of... Regardless, though, you know, you could make the argument for sure that this could be FTX funds, right? I mean, arguably, the most recent money in is the most recent money out, and those are FTX user funds, and we still don't know what happened to all the money. So it very well could have been that through some backdoor transaction, you know, his parents got really rich through this whole thing. But it's going to be very interesting to see what news comes out, right, with him and his parents. I mean, Blacksea, do you think his parents are guilty?
I don't think I could. I don't have enough data to say that, to say whether or not I think they're guilty or not. But without a doubt, they have connections. And I guess the real question is, who's guilty? If you built the company, are you guilty? If you're the one that pushed the keystroke to steal user funds, are you guilty? Who really is guilty? I guess that's what the real data is, what we're looking for when we see him go to trial.
It's such a shame. He was such a good guy, you know, really giving away all his money to charity. You know, he drove such a simple car. He just wore such simple clothes. It's such a shame, man. We should have seen this coming, man. Anybody that comes out and says, you know, oh, I'm giving away out, that's so suspicious. Then everybody in the media wants to talk about him. How did we not know about his mansion? It's despicable. This man deserves a huge sentence. And frankly, Caroline Ellison and Gary, those guys, they're getting away. Not with murder, but they're getting away almost scot-free with such a minimal sentence, in my opinion, as well. And going to be very interesting to see what happens with his parents. Guys.
I have a controversial take on that, to be honest with you, because you say not getting away with murder, but, you know, I'm going to lose their livelihoods when they lose all of their money that they've spent decades building. Decades and decades of building for their family, for their kids' kids. When people lose that, they get put into very, very dangerous mental states. And I will say that stealing $10 billion from not only wealthy people, but people in the middle class, the lower class that were using the platform, that is a very, very heinous crime when you're taking away the livelihoods of all the hard work these people put in.
It's going to be very interesting to see not only how the public will rebel, but what maybe the Sam Bankman-Fried family will do to cover its tracks potentially. It's going to be this is the case to watch, guys. This is the biggest thing I've ever seen in crypto, to be honest with you. Me and Blacksea, we've been in the market since 2016, but honestly, it's disgusting that this is the biggest thing we've seen in crypto. I just cannot wait for this to be over and this Binance and crypto.com flood to be done with. But we'll be talking more about that. And so another thing I saw today, and this came out just the other day, Bitcoin miner Core Scientific filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, but I'll also note they're going to keep mining. So something pretty interesting I saw in this article, basically that here's the quote: "The company will not liquidate, but will continue to operate normally while reaching a deal with senior security note holders, which hold the bulk of the company's debt," according to this person, who declined to be named, discussing confidential company matters. What do you think? What do you think? It's BlackRock keeping it a secret? What do you think, Blacksea?
Yeah, BlackRock's got a ton of massive Bitcoin mining operations. They
Look at
just don't want
this.
anybody to know yet. Yeah, I know.
Look
I
at
don't know. I
this.
mean, that's completely speculative, but it's pretty interesting. They don't want to be named because they filed for bankruptcy, but they're definitely not bankrupt. When I read between the lines, that's
Right?
what I see.
I mean, and that's a loophole. I mean, very, very interesting to see. And at least, I mean, the good news in this is that, hey, they're going to keep mining. I like to see that. But pretty interesting to see that somebody could file for bankruptcy without being kind of announced, like, who's the one coming to save them? How can they continue to operate? File for bankruptcy, but they get to keep mining. Well, if you get to keep mining, then why are you filing for bankruptcy in the first place? It doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to be very curious to watch who comes out as the backer for Core Scientific. And frankly, I want them to keep operating no matter what. Really, I don't want, I really don't want the Bitcoin miners to go away. But it was an interesting story, just more FUD that came up. But guys, all right, let's talk. Let's talk, fam. Okay, Crow fam. So smash
Here
your
we
like
go.
button. We got 52 viewers in this stream right now. We got 21 likes. Let's get those up to 35 at least. I know you could do it, guys. Smash up the like button. But here's the deal. The crypto.com land, the first frontier deed reveal happened yesterday. And frankly, guys, honest take, I thought it was a disaster. And unfortunately, that came after the disaster of the mint, where people thought they bought land and then they didn't actually buy land, and people did buy land, but then they were refunded their money and not given the NFTs. And I got lucky. I was able to get 26 plots of land. I got a couple friends that were able to get some land. I have some friends that weren't able to get land. I know there's some folks in the chat that weren't able to get land, and that frankly breaks my heart. But I thought, hey, they'd figure it out here and they'd get it going. The reveal was going to go fine. Now, the plan for the reveal, for those of you that don't know, is that they were planning on taking your deeds and they were going to take them out of your wallet. And then in 5 to 10 hours, they were going to give those deeds back. But nobody saw this. Now, a few people saw this, but apparently there was a huge leak in the metadata, and it caused a lot of chaos for the Loaded Lion community and the crypto.com. And the story is that there was a select few people, and that's at least what crypto.com says. Blacksea and I think probably a lot more than a select few. I mean, everybody I've talked to in the community knows about it at this point, and you and I can go check the deeds for yourself. But what the problem is, and why they're now pausing this and they're redoing this and they're re-rolling, and we'll talk more about that in a second, is because they released the metadata, which shows you what deed you have before it's revealed. So when the open market was happening, basically, there were some people that knew this metadata was out there, and they could search the deeds that were not yet revealed and see whether it was a Crimson Dune, whether it was a Sapphire Lagoon, whether it was a Alluring Aurora, whether it was a blockchain, whether it was any of these. And then they were actually going out and bidding on them and buying them. And some of these were sold for $5,000. As a matter of fact, there was one individual that bought a blockchain for $5,000, but now Crypto.com caught on. They said, we're going to re-roll the entire thing and we're going to randomize all the deeds before we reveal them, because this is not fair to people that did not know about the metadata. And that man that bought that blockchain for $5,000, he now has a Crimson Dune. Is that justice? Is that a problem? I don't really have a strong opinion on that. I just think it's chaos, really. Maybe it is a problem, and just in general that this happened in the first place. Blacksea, I know you're seeing some of this. What are your thoughts on all the events that happened today?
First off, I'll say, you ask about the reveal. What reveal? That's the first part I need to say. But second off, I will say that it's definitely a problem. It's definitely a problem, because when you are coming out with a new NFT platform and a project that's backed by this NFT platform, and you are having these ridiculous issues erupt throughout the social media, crypto Twitter sphere, and people see the negativity about it, it's not a good look. It's not a good look.
I've got some breaking news, folks. I've got some breaking news. Just got a text from a buddy of mine. His name is Crony, if you want to check him out. Tweeted at me, and he said, Shane with crypto.com. Now, I'm in the Loaded Lions Discord. Just gave the community an update, and I want to pass it to you guys right now. Hey everyone, to provide an update, the reveal should be starting within the next 3 hours. When I have further update for our team, I will share it with you all here in Discord. That was at 6:07. So unfortunately, I probably will not get to reveal all my land on this stream, but I will reveal what I know so far. But what do you think about that, Blacksea? They said 18 hours as of 11 p.m. last night. Now they're pushing it back another 3 hours. Is this good? I mean, do they need more time? We obviously want them to do it right.
I'm going to be honest. Definitely would rather them do it right and not have another massive hiccup. But
Yeah.
I will say that's not a good look at all. That to me, that kind of, I'm not here to spread FUD. I'm not here to spread FUD. I will say I do really like Loaded Lions. I do like the main city game plan. I like where they're headed with it. But I will say that it's important that we are look at this project underneath a magnifying glass. And I will say that another 3 hours, that's to me, that kind of says they're still trying to figure out what the right thing to do is. And I think they're kind of almost backpedaling and they can't decide what they should do, because otherwise they would have already done it. 18 hours has gone past. What are they going to do? Another 3 hours? And after that 3 hours, they're going to say, guys, actually we're going to do this. Guys, actually we're going to do this. They need to make up their mind, make a decision, and make it happen.
I'm picturing a room full of just loaded lions right now, scrambling through files, throwing them in the air. A desk is on fire. The phones are ringing off the hook, like loaded lions everywhere. Like, what are we going to do? Just like they're panicking right now. The team, the Crypto.com NFT team, is panicking right now, it seems, but they gave themselves a little more runway. I hope they don't push back the 3 hours right now, but I do agree with you. I mean, I just hope they don't push it another 3 hours or another 6 hours or push it out a week. This is so far not going so well for them. This is what they came out and said at 11 p.m. last night. First Frontier deed grantees, we delayed the land reveal after discovering that a small group of users found a way to peek at their land deeds contained ahead of the reveal. To ensure fairness, all deeds will be randomized again before the actual reveal takes place. Now, I gotta fix my screen here, but Blacksea, question for you, man. So, do you think that the reroll is about as fair as it? Do you think that it is the best choice they could have made? Do you think that they had another option? If so, what do you think it is? What do you think the truth is?
I mean, I think they only had a couple options. I thought one option would be for them to take all the land back and just have a randomized airdrop. That was one of them. And I also thought that another way they could have fixed it was that you take your land and you go to a site and you would burn your deed and you would get replaced. Your burned deed would be replaced with a new NFT. But I mean, I hate to say this, but there's definitely people that are Crypto.com NFT, they're in a tough spot. No matter what they do, they're in a lose-lose situation at this point. But you know what? This could have all been avoided. It could have been avoided. I mean, there's other NFT projects that don't like, and the Solana ecosystem, the Ethereum ecosystem. This stuff doesn't happen. I'm going to be honest. And the NFT, the employees at the Crypto.com NFT platform, I would say, need to be a little bit worried about their position and might need to start looking for a new job.
I couldn't agree more. And this brings me to my tweet from earlier today. And I'm looking at the chat and the community. Nazar, by the way, good to see you. Bunny Blue Eyes, good to have you in the chat. Texas Crypto, Mr. Plan Profit. We got the gang here. This is good to see. Smash up a like button, guys. Good to have you. Thanks for joining us in the chat. Leave some questions for us, too, because we want to talk a little bit about it. But to your point, Blacksea, yeah, I think they got to be worried about their job. I mean, I don't see a lot of people tweeting this, but I had to do it. I replied to their tweet that we were just talking about, the delayed land reveal. Now, Eric, one of the leaders over at the NFT team of Crypto.com, talked to the team earlier, and they were supportive of the recommendation. They're trying to do this reroll. I had to reply to this, and I tweeted at Eric and Loaded Lions and at Chris, because Chris needs to start getting involved. In my opinion, I think Chris needs to chime in. I think he needs to say something on Twitter. But I said, I think moving forward that y'all need to get a better NFT team. Straight up, they need a better team. The community has spoken. Look at the chat, look at Twitter. The community has been very vocal. As for the land sale, no more mistakes moving forward, please. Thank you for the re-roll. I think it was the best thing they could have done. I'm happy they did it. And good luck to all my fellow Lions out there on the new reveal. Guys, me and Blacksea, we're going to keep you guys up to date with everything that we can. We retweeted this, as you can see. We're going to keep you guys up to date with every bit of information that's coming out on the land, on crypto.com, and really just on anything going on in crypto. That's what we love to do. That's what we want to do. But I think that Chris needs to come out and say something, Blacksea.
Yeah, I will say that Chris definitely has a lot on his plate, and I want him to be focusing on the growth of the crypto.com exchange. But I will say that when things start to get a little bit hairy, I think he definitely should step in and make a comment. I mean, when the peak FUD was happening with crypto.com, when crypto.com was getting absolutely blasted online, he came out and started making tweets and showing how much they were about proving everybody wrong. And you know what? I think right now is a great opportunity for him to come out and say something. But honestly, even the crypto.com NFT Twitter should be posting a lot more. I don't think that this should be all relying on the Loaded Lions Twitter. I think this is kind of getting a little bit bigger than that.
Yeah, I think it really is. I mean, this is getting a little bit bigger than that. I mean, look, this land sale, it's been bumpy, okay? And you could say that it has not been a complete success, but you can't really say it's been a failure. It's been a disaster. It hasn't been a failure, and here's the reason why. Did the land sell out? Yes. If we relaunch the entire thing, do I think that the land would sell out? Without a doubt in my mind, yes, it would sell out. People would be still angry, but the people that missed out, I think they'd still buy it. So they still have an opportunity here. And Chris, if he steps forward, he apologizes to his community, he changes up his NFT team. Now, there's a couple great people out there, right? Shane in the Discord has been an awesome guy in the Discord chat, being very transparent with the community. He's the messenger, and he's been getting crushed in the chat a little bit, but he's been getting a lot of love too. That's not the problem. When you think about this company, Crypto.com is a multi-billion dollar company at this point. There's many parts to this exchange. So you've got the exchange, the main app. You've got the team that handles the exchange, which is like Exchange 3.0. You've got also people that probably handle the educational rewards programs on the main app. Then you got the team that built out the DeFi app. And you got the teams that are building the DeFi projects within the DeFi app. You've got the people that are building the staking pools on the main DeFi app for the people that are providing staking in Jerry's pool and etc. Then you've got the Crypto.com NFT platform. These are different teams. And one thing I want to point out to everybody here that I think is important to understand is it's frustrating. I'm so frustrated. I'm frustrated for the community. I love Crypto.com. But we got to acknowledge this is a new program. You can see it right here. It is a new program. This is very small, but you look at the company, you look at the different parts of the group, and you see the NFT. It's its own part of the company. It's its own wing. And there's bad communication clearly between this new segment that they're just getting involved with the first time and the regular team. And I need them to start connecting. I think we all need them to start connecting. And look, am I trying to make an excuse for them saying it's new, give them a chance? Well, no, but it is new, and we do need to give them a chance. Why? Because we don't want to FUD Crypto.com. Like, look, they had a little bit of trouble with their NFT, and yeah, it's a problem, and yeah, we need to talk about it, and yeah, we need to address it, and yeah, we need to hold the Crypto.com NFT team responsible. But we also got to understand as a community that we got to, if you believe in CRO, and you believe in Crypto.com, and you believe in the Crypto.com DeFi app, and you believe in the staking that they have going on in the Crypto.com DeFi app, and you believe in everything else, then we want to give them a chance inherently, right? It's your project and you want it to succeed. So, hey, some people are done with the NFT platform and they're going to walk away. That's fine. People can walk away. I was in a Twitter Spaces this morning, and there was some guy going wild in that Twitter Spaces this morning, and he was saying, "I'm done. It's horrible. All the Loaded Lions I don't care about them anymore. I hope they all lose. I hope the land crashes. I hope the Lions drop in price. I'm done with it. I'm going to all the ETH and Solana communities, and I'm gonna bash CRONOS, and I'm spreading the word, and I'm bringing the truth." And it's like, that's not really productive. I understand the frustration. Hey, and some people need to take a step back, but Do you think that's healthy, Blacksea? Do you think I'm too bullish? Am I being a permabull? What are your thoughts? I mean, talk with me here.
No, I don't think you're being a permabull at all. I agree with a lot of the points you're making. I understand why people are frustrated, especially the people that bought land because they thought it was something, even though they shouldn't have known what the metadata is. It's not necessarily their fault. They didn't really exploit anything. All they did was look into the data. And for the people that did that and spent, say, 4 figures, 5 figures on a deed because they thought it was going to be a mythical plot, and now they got some dunes back instead, I understand their frustration. I totally get it. But at the same time, the people that are super mad saying, oh, like, this can all just burn, like, oh, it's terrible, I hope that everybody loses, I think that's not constructive. I think that's inappropriate. I mean, I think there's still lots of opportunity with the CRONOS and crypto.com NFT space, and I'm looking forward to see where it goes. I really am. I think they can recover. I really think they can recover.
I really think they can too, and I think one day, when you think about it, look, you've done a great job talking about this, Blacksea. You've nailed this point on your videos. If you guys haven't seen our videos and you guys are tuning in, Blacksea does a video every single morning. I do one every single afternoon. We do these live streams every Tuesday and Thursday at 5:30 Central Standard Time. But in your video just the other day, you talked a lot about how cryptocurrency is in its infancy, and I love that point. And I got to riff on that because cryptocurrency is in its infancy. And you went on to say NFTs and metaverse are in a supreme infancy. These are even more infantile than crypto. So when you think about that, this is all new. And what I want to highlight with that point that you made a great job of making is, okay, let's assume that that's 100% correct. I believe it. I subscribe to that. I'm with you there. Well, let's think about that for a second. Is the NFT platform for crypto.com dead just because they made a couple mistakes with their new platform? No, it can't be. Why? Because if they're trying to reach the next billion users, look, a lot of the people that are getting involved in the Loaded Lions land right now, like I see it in the Discord, they're first timers in NFTs. They don't know anything about NFTs. I've included. I've been learning in like crazy, like drinking from a fire hose about NFTs with this whole situation because I got a Loaded Lion, I got a Cyber Cub, I bought some land, and this is not how NFTs are supposed to get rolled out. But in 2 to 3 years, this is going to be behind us, and they have time before the next bull market when it really matters, to build it and fix it, change up the team. You think you think I'm onto something there? I mean, do you think that it could be, do you think it could compete with Solana still? I know we've talked about Blacksea. I mean, do you think it has a chance against a Solana, or you think that that's like never going to happen?
I think that there's definitely a chance against the other NFT ecosystems. Solana in particular, I think there's definitely. I mean, Solana. I mean, I love Solana, and I my guilty pleasure is like Solana NFTs. But Solana could definitely just get obliterated because of them being attached to FTX. But I will say that with the fees that Crypto.com has and the CRONOS ecosystem comparatively to the Solana fees, I think it's definitely possible. Loaded Lions is like, I like how you put it. Loaded Lions is like the CryptoPunk of CRONOS, and I think there's definitely a way that CRONOS can compete with Solana, and I'm gonna be honest here. Like Ethereum NFTs, okay? Ethereum NFTs are just different because they completely lack the ridiculous flipping mentality of these lower fee platforms. I mean, people still do it,
right?
But it kind of limits who can and can't do it. And
too
what
expensive.
You really want is as many, exactly. You want as many people as possible to get involved in it. So that's why I really think Solana outperforms Ethereum when it comes to NFT 24-hour volume and whatnot. But like the reason why I'm saying that is because CRONOS can definitely compete with that. The fees on CRONOS are definitely up to par with Solana.
That's a fantastic point. The fees are really, really competitive on the crypto.com chain here for the NFTs. They just got to fix their team. The team is trash. It's just official. The team's trash, guys. I mean, I love CRONOS, and I'm not trying to FUD it, but the team's trash. We need new teammates on the crypto.com NFT team. But here's what I'll say, too, and I was just highlighting this, but, Blacksea and I have been in cryptocurrency since 2016. We got involved in crypto.com in late 2018, I want to say, something like that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, honestly, back in the MCO days.
Yep, back in the MCO days. And so that's what I want to point out. Like, for those of you guys that don't know, and this is the exact point that I'm making, there's a lot of newcomers to the space that don't know what I'm about to talk about. But let me tell you, MCO was the original crypto.com token. And there was a point where they forced the migration of MCO to CRO, and it was like a fixed price. I can't remember the exact details of it, but essentially it really screwed a lot of people, and a lot of people were happy. A lot of people were screwed. It gave a new opportunity. It was a new coin, but they had to transition their coin because they had to get it on the right chain, I believe, and because they had a lot of other reasons. The branding, there was a lot to it. And now eventually, now they're migrating their CRO ERC20 token to now the crypto.org token, which is why you see, by the way, all these crow burns. The crow burns are ERC20 crow burns. They're not true crow burns. It's not like we're actually burning the supply. We're burning the old ERC20 supply, and they just cancel each other out. So it's all the same. But what I want to highlight here is a lot of you guys probably don't even know that. A lot of you guys probably didn't feel that pain, and you never will feel that pain because it's behind us and it's past and it's done. Crypto.com NFT platform can come back from this, guys. MCO, that passed. We cut all the rates on the card back at the beginning of the year. I staked a rose gold card. I'm still here. I love CRO. I'm not that crazy, but I staked for the card. What I saw is they cut the rates, and so what did I do? Oh, I'm done staking, and as soon as my stake was up, what did I do? I took it over to the new thing they were trying to get us focused on, which was the Crypto.com DeFi platform, where we can stake for 11, 10, 12% on your CRO. We just got to roll with the times. We got to adopt. And the thing is that there's a lot of new users that are coming to this space that are going to be able to deal with whatever, they're not going to have to deal with any of the past, right? It's only about the future moving forward. And, it's not healthy to look to the past too much, but it's good to understand, the history and make a note of it. But I'll say this to anybody out there that's panicking right now and selling a loaded lion or selling their deeds at a low price here in the next week, 2 weeks. I think in the long run, it's a terrible mistake. Personally, not financial advice, but I'm looking to buy. I don't know about Blacksea. Are you buying? Are you a buyer still? Are you a seller? Because, we say it every day, buy when there's blood in the streets. It seems pretty bloody in the crypto.com NFT space to me.
Yeah, I'm a strong believer here. I've been about CRO, and people say don't get married to your bags, but when I see a good project, it's a good project. And as some of the NFT memes go, I like the art. The art's cool, but when it really comes down to it, I see where crypto.com is trying to take their business and how they're trying to really go for the mass adoption. And that's the type of team I want to be behind when I'm in their NFT ecosystem. I want to be behind the team that's trying to get as many users as possible. Yep,
absolutely. And you see it on the website. Crypto.com is looking to bring on the next billion users in cryptocurrencies. So, hey, if they say they want to bring in the next billion users for crypto, then I'm on board with that. And you know what? The products are great. Crypto.com NFT needs some work. Needs some big work. I'm giving you guys the crypto Kip emoji thing with the finger right now. By the way, if you guys like those crypto Kip emojis, if you guys like these emojis, that Slay Maven's just slamming in the chat, who shout out again to Slay Maven. Good to have you as a moderator. Thank you for doing it for us, brother. He is a member. Kid Pro Crow, a fantastic loyal member as well. If you guys want to become a member, there's a link in the description down below. You can join us as a member. Join the Crypto Report team. You do get exclusive benefits like the awesome badge next to your name showing how long you've been a member. You get these awesome emojis. And there's other tiers too where you can even get private member-only videos and posts. So check that out, guys, if you haven't done so. But you know what? Let's take a look at some of this. So, by the way, if you guys haven't done so, follow Blacksea on Twitter. This was a great tweet, keeping up to date. This was the post in the Discord from Shane. We're sharing all the details with you guys. In case you didn't see it, in case you're just tuning in, Shane just extended this reveal, and I'm not going to be able to do it on the stream, unfortunately. He just extended the reveal another 3 hours, but I'm going to show you guys couple things here. One, the odds of getting some of these lands and what I've got so far. I know 5 or 6 of my 26 total deeds. I was very fortunate. I got a lot of deeds. I know 5 or 6, and Blacksea knows his. But let's share with you guys some of the statistics real quick, just so we're all on the same page. Crimson Dunes is the least rare, and it is a 60% chance of you getting one when you reveal your deed, okay? The Alluring Aurora, it is 25% chance for that one. Sapphire Lagoon, you have a 10% chance of getting that. Molten Cavern, more rare, 4% chance. And the Blockchain have a 1% chance of getting that one, okay? So keep that in mind and look at that. But guys, so the loaded lions are a little bit down here in price. We'll talk more about the lions in a second, but I'm going to share with you guys what I ended up being able to get. So I spelled Aurora wrong, I think, by the way, so forgive me there. So just ignore that. But this is how you guys check, just in case you guys haven't done it yet and you want to know. Maybe you know your deed number, but you don't know what you have yet. Well, I'm going to help you do that. So what I found is I follow the Loaded Lions Discord, and I found this link. And then shout out to my brother Crony, the Crony in the chat. He actually sent me this link earlier today, so me and Blacksea can see what we got. So I went through and I created this Google Sheets to basically figure out what I have. And I'm going to create a final tally here, which I'll share with you guys in a future video because I don't think we're going to get that tallied up tonight. But I have 6 deeds that I know of. I guess 7 deeds. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 deeds that I'm aware the deed number. Because remember, the rest of these right now, the market is closed and the deeds are taken out of my wallet. The only reason I know what these are is because I got a bid on this one. And so I was able to look at my email to see what was bidded on, and I was able to pull the deed number. And I bought these one off the open market for about $200 a pop. So I still see these deeds, and I can see my transaction history on these, and I was able to see my bid history on this one. So what you do, guys, is I'll just show you right now. You go to this link, and what we'll do is, you know what, Blacksea, can we put this, you think, in the link in the description after the video?
We could try, yeah.
Okay, I think we'll try to do that. We'll try to put this in the link, or maybe we'll share it on Twitter. Go to Twitter, follow us on Twitter. Let's share it on Twitter, actually. And you go to this link, and we'll share that with you guys one way or another. And this is how you find out. So my deed is deed number 15589. Well, how do you find your deed? All you got to do is go to the URL. You got to go to the actual website link, and you type in your deed number in place of this number. So let's just pretend like I had deed number 100, and okay, so boom, that's a blockchain. So I actually knew about this. So deed number 100 has an interesting story behind it. I'm gonna go on a little tangent here, and Blacksea, I want to get your thoughts on it. But I saw on Twitter that a certain individual, and I'm not gonna name a name here, I'm not gonna call anybody out, had this deed. Okay. They bought this deed for $1,000 before it was revealed, and before they allegedly knew that it was a blockchain, or maybe they did know it was a blockchain. I have not seen that confirmed. At the time, there's a chance that they might have known they were buying a blockchain. No, they didn't, because actually it came out that it was a dune or a Alluring Aurora. So an individual bought the deed number 100 because it's a cool number for $1,000. Okay. $1,000 or so. Well, then the whole controversy came out where everybody could see the metadata. Then the reroll happened, and that Crimson Dune turned in to a blockchain, the most rare NFT of them all. Well, guys, coincidentally, the fella that bought this owns one of the most expensive loaded lions in the entire market. And coincidentally, this individual is also a crypto.com NFT ambassador. Now, I don't know. I don't know. Blacksea, is there something to this, or am I, drawing some crazy conclusions here?
I am kind of scratching my chin here going, interesting. You know, I don't want to spread any ridiculous skeptical FUD, but it is a little, the chance of that and the series of events that they played out in is awfully suspicious.
Yep.
I will say. But
Slay
Can
Maven's
I
holding
draw
back
any-
right now. Slay Maven knows who we're talking about. He's holding back.
Yeah.
He almost dropped the name.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's really interesting because so you're telling me you spent 5 times the floor price on a deed that you couldn't see the metadata on, or hypothetically, and because of the ID number.
Right.
All right, I guess so. But then it's a blockchain. Then it's the
Yeah.
rarest one.
Yeah.
Oh man, that just some people have the saying, when you see smoke, there's fire. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, we can't back this one up. There's no facts here, but it's weird. It's real weird. Guy's a huge whale in the CRONOS ecosystem, and he's an NFT ambassador for CRONOS. So, look, I love CRONOS. I love crypto.com, but this is probably the sketchiest thing I've seen yet. Like, out of all the things in, like, the whole land sale and everything we've dealt with the reroll, this individual case is actually the most suspect to me of foul play potentially. Like, you wonder, does the crypto.com team know who they're giving the land to? So far I didn't. They're not giving them to me. I didn't get anything. I'm not like sponsored by them or anything. I'm just a guy talking about these things because I love the project, but I didn't get any of the blockchains yet. I hope I did, but we'll see. I don't know. Very interesting, but
Crypto Kip, don't say that. Don't say that. We want to make sure that they give it to us.
Hey, if we do get one, we're gonna build an empire on it for Slay Maven, Kid Pro Crow, Nazar, Mr. Plan Profit. I'm talking to you guys in the chat. Sprocket. Yeah, we're gonna talk with all you guys. Texas, I see you guys. We want to have a party on the land. Yeah, we'll see, guys. But so yeah, if you guys want to go check your land, and if you haven't done so, all you got to do is go. We'll share this link with you, okay? And so check it out on Twitter. Follow me at CryptoKip Tweets and Blacksea at 333 Blacksea. You can find us on Twitter. Also _crypto report, I think, is our main page. But all you got to do is replace this number here at the end. And again, shout out to my brother Crony for sending me this link earlier. Also, I think Slay Maven, you were asking if this is the new link. There's a lot of links. There's a lot of new links. This still works. This is still accurate. I cross-checked it with some of the other links, but this is nice because it's the official CRONOS chain. And this is essentially like looking at Etherscan for CRONOS. So this is, in my opinion, the most valid. And a lot of people are asking too, are they going to re-roll this again? You can go check your deeds right now and you can see what they are. Like these right here, this is the present. I don't know what my deeds were before this. I didn't check. So there's a chance these could have been Sapphire Lagoons. These could have been Molten Caverns. These could have been blockchains for all I know. I never checked because honestly, I saw the chaos happening. I didn't want to know. I didn't want to be heartbroken. I was here to follow the rules and I was here to roll the dice and just, hey, I get what I get. I'm not trying to cheat the system and look at the metadata and block it. But hey, I'm not saying that the guys that did that are cheaters either. That's a fine line. That the data was accessible. Who I really feel for, Blacksea, is the people that genuinely did mint these and did look to see what they got. Maybe you did mint a blockchain and then some guys, looked into this and they started buying up some of the ones on the open market that were blockchains that people that were selling them didn't know. Meanwhile, the guy that actually had the blockchain and didn't do anything sketchy at all, didn't look at the data to buy or sell, they got theirs re-rolled and now it's like a dune. Like, that's the.
I completely agree with you. That's devastating. Just the innocent getting hurt. It's really a shame.
That's the heartbreaker. Thanks. Hey, Slay Maven sharing our Twitters in the chat. Slay Maven, you're the man. Appreciate you for doing that. We will post that later. So go ahead and go to our Twitter. Follow. We'll post these links so you guys have them because we want to share that with the community. And let us know on Twitter, by the way. Tweet at me and Blacksea. Tweet at CryptoKip and 333 Blacksea. And let us know what you guys got because I think, and this isn't a fact, these aren't. By the way, I should say. This is not for sure. This is what we think. Now, Shane, the moderator on Crypto.com, kind of confirmed this, but it's not concrete. We're going to have to wait for the announcement to come out, which is approximately 2 hours away now. So we'll have to see. But guys, if you're looking to get a loaded lion, the prices are down a little bit. I'm still bullish on it. I feel good about it. Smash up the like button if you guys are still here. Smash up the like button if the Crow fam is still strong in your eyes. If you guys are active on Twitter and you guys are hashtag Crow famine every day, we love the support. We're sharing that every day. We're tweeting at Chris. We're tweeting at everybody in the community because we want to share all the good news, all the bad news, all the news with not only crypto.com and crypto as well. Blacksea, now how many deeds did you get so far? Are you getting more? And what did you get so far? Do you want to share with the team? You don't have to. We could keep it a surprise for the next one.
Let's keep it a surprise. Let's keep it a surprise.
Okay, we'll keep it a surprise for now. But guys, you know what? That's really all I got. I'm gonna look for some questions in the chat here, see if we got anybody in the community with anything I want to shed some light on here, guys. Nazar, good to have you in the chat. Yeah, and we are going to bring on more moderators as well, guys. So if you guys like the channel, if you love the channel, if you want to help support the Crypto Report community and crypto.com, we are going to be looking for more moderators and members as we grow. If you want to become a member, go to the link in the description down below. You can sign up that way. Not seeing too many other chats, Blacksea. I think that's pretty good. Well, what do you think? Blacksea, parting words for the team. We need some motivation here. We need some... do you want to give them some hopium? Do you want to give them some truth? Do you want to give them... what do you want to do?
First off, somebody asked if the reveal is live. The reveal did get pushed back another 3 hours approximately, so we'll have to see if that actually is the case. But I will say, I'll leave off with thank you so much for watching, guys. Feel free to become a member. I love this community that we're building. We're really active on Twitter and YouTube, and I just have a ball talking to you guys, so thanks for watching.
It's been a blast, guys. Slay Maven, Kid Pro, Crow, Nazar, Doge Father. Good to have you guys in the chat. Jack, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Glad you're able to learn a little bit. I love this Crypto Report family. I love the Crow fam. I love crypto, and we are going to keep making videos through the rest of this bear market into the next bull market. And guys, that's all we got today. I'm Crypto Kip. I was here with Blacksea today. Don't forget, guys, to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, got to remember to DCA, HODL, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Stay safe. Stay warm if you're experiencing some of the snow. Peace.